ngayon, yung mga local politics na pinag-uusapan natin. To talk more about this, we have political analyst Coronacion joining us today.
Good morning, Prof. Coronacion. Ano po yung general thoughts natin about the upcoming local elections? Kasi ang daming pwestuhan natin nakikita. You had Taguig, you have Makati, you have Manila. So ano yung thoughts mo?
Well, doon sa Taguig and sa Makati, it's still a family affair, ano?
Yeah.
Meaning to say the competition is limited to the family members. Pero it's an entirely different ball game pagdating sa Manila, no?
Yeah.
Kasi kita nyo that yung dalawang former allies, the incumbent Mayor Hani Lacuna and former Mayor Yorme Isko Moreno,
Yeah.
competing for the top position sa City of Manila. So, but nevertheless, lahat ng tatlong cases na yan are interesting, ano, kasi nagpapakita sila ng mga iba't ibang klase ng pag-compete ng mga political elites natin
Yeah.
at the local level.
Yeah, Prof, taking a look at yung what just happened no, sa mga filing, ano nakikita mong in terms of positioning? I know it's too early to tell, but we all know naman that the LGUs are very critical also pagdating ng presidential elections. So ano nakikita mo on a landscape sa positioning na nakikita mo recently?
Well, yes, tama kayo, no? It's very important na itong mga LGUs, yung role that they play in our national politics, in our national elections. Kasi tawag dito, yung network na na binibuild ng mga national politicians natin, diyan magdedepende yung kanilang success.
Yeah.
Kung matalo sila doon sa mga positions nila, national positions nila. So, very important yun. And at the moment, hindi pa natin ma-determine kung sino nakalalamang among our national politicians, ano? Pagdating sa positioning at the local level.
Okay.
Pero I was wondering, Prof, kasi yung nga, pag sinabi natin local politics, nakita natin in Manila,
Davao.
in Davao, in Cavite, saan pa ba sa Taguig, talagang political dynasties. 'Di ba? At medyo negative na talaga yung connotation ng mga kababayan natin pagdating sa political dynasties. But kayo, Prof, anong tingin niyo dito as a whole?
Well, our political landscape has always been dominated by political dynasties for the longest time, ano. And I think it's quite hard to it's quite hard if you're going up against a dynasty and you're a newcomer, an aspiring political leader. Napakahirap na na manalo sa yung mga local positions, ano. And then ang malungkot doon is that we're giving our voters limited choice. Parang sila na lang eh. Wala na tayong makitang ibang mga new potential political leaders,
Right,
that can bring new things to the table.
All right, before we proceed to another question and para ma-discuss pa po natin ng mas maliwanag itong issue na to, joining us again, or joining us also today, Prof, si political analyst
And CEO.
and CEO ng Political Economic Element Researchers and Strategists or PEER, si Professor Edmund Tayao. Good morning po, sir. Thanks for joining us again.
Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Angelo. Good
Yes.
morning, Dennis.
Yes,
Okay.
Prof. I don't know if you heard that we were talking about yung impact na importance nitong local elections. So, I'd like to ask also your thoughts on also one important race that's going to happen is sa Davao. We have Nograles and Duterte. Now, how important is this for the Duterte side?
Well, that's very important. In fact, I think one of the reasons why the former president, file a certificate of candidacy for mayor, is precisely because, and I think he mentioned it, na importante yung base nila, which is of course Davao, and so someone from them, particularly him, if I'm not mistaken, should be the one to take over yet again. Except well, I'm not sure really ano exactly yung plano nila for Mayor Baste because initially I think not that I think, no, but it was mentioned by the Vice President herself, no, that Mayor Baste will be running for a higher office for the Senate. No?
Yeah.
I wonder what made the change of heart.
Was it a good choice na si Carlo Nograles po yung ilagay nila doon na tatapatan kay Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte?
I
This
don't-
question is for the
there-
both of you.
Hindi ko alam kung merong naglagay kay Chairman Carlo doon, no? But well, the name Nograles has always been known in Davao, no? If you remember, we had the House Speaker Nograles before, no? And if I'm not mistaken, in fact, the Dutertes are very much related to the Nograles as well, no? So hindi ko alam kung sinong nag-decide dyan, but I suppose well, I don't think, no, I know Chairman Carlo myself, and I don't think he made that decision because someone placed him there or someone asked him to run. It must have been really part of his plans, or it's really his decision to run for office
Right.
in Davao.
What about you, Prof. Dennis?
Well, it seems that they're determined to seize power from the Dutertes in Davao, ano? Kasi if I remember it correctly, nagsama-sama yung tatlong families, ano, tatlong political families sa Davao para tapatan yung mga Duterte. So makikita mo that they're really very serious in in removing the Dutertes from their bailiwick.
Yes, I'd like to move over naman from Davao naman to Cebu. We have, si Governor Gwen, and then you have the camp of si Mayor Rama, or yung suspended Mayor Rama. What do you make of this, yung mangyayari, this coming election? We all know Cebu was very critical also in the last presidential elections. Yes, Prof. Edmund, kayong po muna.
Mahirap kasing hulaan yan, ano? It's really a toss as far as Cebu is concerned. Of course, the Garcias have always had a stronghold as far as the province is concerned. But time and again, it has been shown that the city is often not different from the overall political aggravation, no, sa Cebu. So tingnan natin, no, yung suspension naman ni Mayor Rama is usual as far as local officials are concerned. We even saw, no, mga convicted na nananalo pa eh, no?
Yes,
So,
yes.
Right.
I'm not really sure, and I'm not well, to be fair, I'm not even familiar with the reason for the suspension of Mayor Rama, but it seems that he enjoys, no, the support of his fellow mayors, no. He remains president of the League of Cities, if I'm not mistaken.
Nepotism daw po, sir, Prof, yung kanyang isa sa mga cases.
Sino bang walang nepotism?
in the middle of political dynasties. But the question goes to
Yeah.
Professor Dennis also.
Well, yeah, I have to agree with Professor Tayao, no. Yung dynamics sa Cebu City, political dynamics, it's quite hard to predict who's going to win. Tapos it's also quite hard to assume na that yung politics doon is somehow related to national politics. So siguro kung ano may mag-unfold dyan sa Cebu City, doon pa lamang siguro, I don't know, papasok yung mga national politicians natin. So
Yes.
that's my thought on the politics in Cebu City.
Okay. Pero aside po dun sa known political dynasties na nakita po natin nag-play out, no, during the filing of certificate of candidacies, we also seen yung mga artista, no, celebrities na nagpa-file din ng
madami
kanilang
na.
certificate of candidacy, and joining po the political landscape or the influencers or social media, personalities. What can you say about this po? Prof. Tayao?
I'm not really sure whether they did some, at the very least, table research, no, in that regard. Kasi dapat tinignan nila yung voting behavior, no? Nag-start ang pagboto ng mga mabilis na pagbalik tanaw, ano, nung inadapt natin ang 1987 Constitution, the first election under that Constitution, 1989, we elected mostly names, no, that were that became popular, no, that was who played an active role, no, during the 1986 EDSA revolution. And then after that, 1995 nagsimula na, pumasok na yung mga artista, no. Dito kita yung ang tawag dito, pagsubok ng mga botante. Alam mo, hindi totoo yung sinasabing bobotante. Nag-iisip yung mga botante, except that kulang talaga yung mga impormasyon na meron sila para makapag-desisyon ng tama, no? In fact, I'm inclined to think, no, na kasi nga wala tayong mga tunay na political party, so ang nangyayari kung sinong kilala, yun na lang yung parang knee-jerk reaction, no, na boto ng mga tao. Pero pagka nakilala nila yung mga alternatibong kandidato, usually kahit sa local election, no, bigla-biglang nananalo yung mga yan. So nung nagsimulang bumoto ng mga artista ng 1995, it reached the height in 1998. Of course, we know that the president himself at that time was an actor, no?
Yes.
No? Pero pagdating ng 2001 onwards, unti-unti nang nagsitalo yung mga yan at nakita natin, no, kahit yung mga sikat na mga artista talagang natalo. So hindi ko alam kung paano magiging galawan ngayon. Kahit nasabihin natin na yung mga influencers ay pumasok, tandaan din natin, ano, nung 2022, 120 party list ang tumakbo at sa pagkakaalam ko sa pag-uusap namin with the other experts and the COMELEC. COMELEC has given up to 300. Can you just imagine? Party list running for office, because what's happening really is that local political leaders are forming their own party list. So yung boto na nakukuha nila sa bailiwick nila as local politicians, ang plano ay ma-transfer sa sarili nilang party list to expand their hold on electoral positions. So ipapasok mo pa ngayon diyan yung sabi mo nga, no, mga influencers, no, and artista. So diyan natin makikita kung paano magiging tapatan diyan, no. But basically what I'm sure is that the threshold vote for party list, no, will be considerably slimmer.
Yes,
so
that's right.
Mas madaling makakuha ng one seat, but it might be an entirely different story to get 3 seats entirely, no. And lastly, yung mga social media influencers, sana inaral nilang mabuti, no. Alam mo, pagpunta ka sa probinsya, hindi naman social media ang tinitingnan ng mga tao. Hindi naman din well, alam naman natin, when it comes to infrastructure, not all places in the Philippines actually have reliable.
That's right.
That's why people still maintain 2 mobile phones at the same time, no? Kasi hindi mo ma-maintain yung tamang data connection. So sa probinsya, radyo pa din ang
old school pa rin.
Mga tao. So I'm not sure how much they will be be able to put to good use, no, their being popular in the social media.
I'd like to ask si Prof. Dennis naman, no. Let's talk about yung senatorial landscape. We've seen the emergence of 2 Tulfos in the top of the survey. Now, what does this talk about with regards to yung mindset ng mga voters na to have 2 brothers in the top for a senatorial post? And with that, with the thought na there is also a sitting senator na Tulfo.
Yeah, I think this is connected with the larger discussion about political dynasties, ano. Kasi I remember in the past few days, in-interview si Ben Tulfo, and tinatanong siya about yung kung pwede rin daw bang ma-categorize yung Tulfo brothers as being part of the political dynasties. And he was defending, na sabi niya, well, technically parang hindi kami dynasty kasi wala kaming bailiwick. That was his position, ano. Pero parang overall, pag nakikita natin, the trend nowadays is that naging norm, naging acceptable na yung mga political dynasties. To the point na nawala na yung hiya, yung inhibition on their part. Dati kasi ang practice nila is that they would take turns. Kumbaga man, ngayon tatay muna, tapos after 3 terms, yung wife naman o kaya yung anak
Oo.
naman o sino man member ng family nila.
Ngayon sabay
But-
na.
Ngayon, no, sabay-sabay na all at the same time, all at once, sabay-sabay na. Kaya nga may mga comments sa social media pag may nag-upload ng mga dynasties sa kanilang mga pictures o photos, sabi kulang na lang yung yaya isama o kaya yung hindi pa nahiya pa, no, hindi pa nilahat. So yun ang I think nagiging if there's anything new about political dynasties, yan yung sabay-sabay. Kaya nga we shouldn't wonder anymore kung mababalita natin dalawang pamilya, dalawang members, dalawa o tatlo, pwede pa nga yung tatlo, no? Maging miyembro ng Senado at saka sa iba pang mga positions.
Ayun.
Alright, we have so much questions pa,
Oo.
pero we have so little time. Siguro po maimbita po sana namin kayo ulit, no, sa susunod pang mga araw sa mas mahabang panahon. But for the meantime, thank you so much for joining us, political analyst Dennis Coronacion and political economic elemental researchers or peer, no, and strategies or peers, Professor Edmund Tayao. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you po.
Thank you.
Dami pinag-usapan.
Ang dami
Galing,
eh.
ganda,
Pero
ganda. Oo.
sabi nga ni 'di ba, ni Professor Tayao, 'di ba, yung pinag-uusapan din natin yan dito
Yeah.
yung tungkol sa mga social media influencers na titignan natin kung itong mga followers niya ito, yung mga subscribers niya to, yung mga million viewers niya na to, ay if it will translate, 'di ba, doon sa boto na kailangan nilang makuha.
I don't think it will translate kasi hindi naman lahat ng followers positive followers ang tawag.
Hindi, at saka hindi lang sa isang halimbawa, 'di ba? Kakandidato kang councilor sa Manila. Hindi naman lahat kung million ng followers mo, hindi naman lahat 'yan taga Manila eh.
That's
So hindi
right.
yan botante.
That's right.
All right, sige.